Hey guys, my name's Autumn and I'm an artist that wanted to start a YouTube channel. This is my very first video, so I just wanted to kind of introduce myself and show you what's been going on in my life. So when I was originally filming this, I was trying to do a sketch and draw with me kind of thing to go with the quick sketchbook tour. But it kind of was getting too long because I was struggling a little more than I thought. So you are welcome to see that struggling on the next video, and then I will have the drawing session then. But for now, let's get into it. So the first thing I wanted to show you was my current sketchbook, and I wanted to briefly go over why this sketchbook is so important to me. So first of all, I liked this one because it wasn't too big, it wasn't too small. This was about the size that I was looking for at the time. As you can see, it's nice and used and morphed a bit, which I'm very proud of because I never would have used a sketchbook like this before, and so it feels very good to have used it and lived in it a lot more than just pencil marks, which is what I did in high school. So, as you can see, I tried to originally just put something on the front cover. It was Sharpie markers, but they faded very quickly. The silver one stayed better, but the gold faded very fast. It just said Sketchbook by Autumn Elise and my old last name. So when I started it, it was summer 2017. Obviously, it's now summer 2019, so if that shows you, you know, how long it's taken me to even get this far. Yeah, so you know, I went through quite a journey of trying to figure out myself as an artist and what drawing meant to me. So, you know, a lot of this has been quite a bit of development and self-esteem building. So, that being said, I don't want to go through every single thing in here. We can do that in another video should you guys request it, but I kind of just want to hit some of the high points of what I really like in here and where I feel like my style is going. So my most recent artwork is actually this one. It's a watercolor that I did for a Casey the Golden contest called Draw This Plush. I drew one of her ants with a cactus doing a selfie. I actually just purchased this watercolor and I went ahead and used that. It's my first set that isn't just the dry cakey kind. One of the YouTubers, Emily Artful, suggested getting the kind that's more like little cakes rather than the dry ones. So I got that, and I didn't use this brush, but I think it was cool that it came with this whole set. I got it from Hobby Lobby. I think it was $24, but of course you can use the coupon that they have every day. Yeah, so I was really proud of this one. It's actually gotten the most likes on my Instagram so far, and I think it was super cute. It was something different that I don't usually do, and I really liked it. This one right here I did for the first day of October, Inktober 2017. I originally just did the black and white, and I went back and added the watercolor to it later. This was one of the lower quality watercolors that I'd previously done. But it really added a lot of life to the page to put the pink on the face. And I have a Boston Terrier myself, so I always think about how she's fun bounding, you know, running around the yard and excited. So I thought that was perfect for the word swift. And this one tends to be definitely one of my favorites that I've put in here so far. So this was for Inktober 2017 day 2. It was divided. I had a donut, and I was very proud of my realism and the watercolor skills that I put there. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to mix my skin color very well. I always think of my skin as being very pink, but that kind of backfired. So this watercolor, believe it or not, is from Crayola Markers. I saw a tip online where you get the watercolor, or sorry, the marker, and then you put the brush on the tip of it with some water and then put it on your picture, and it worked. So that was pretty cool. That being said, I had only primaries, and so this is what happened when you don't go light enough to start with. One thing I started to do in this sketchbook as well, besides just drawing, was putting things in here, stickers, movie tickets. I did a leaf. Unfortunately, it was starting to get very brown, and I made a note that it was rainbow colored and beautiful. But this is just washi tape that I'd stuck it in here with, and since I wanted to remember the leaf, I outlined it and left the tape. But doing things like this really helped me build up my sketchbook more than just, you know, pressuring myself to draw. It made me put things in here. It made me think about memories rather than just making myself do something. On the very next page, I have a bat and a bat skeleton. One reason this sticks out to me, other than the bright pink page because of the highlighter, was because it was something that I had wanted to draw for, I believe it was several weeks. I even wrote myself a note of how much I wanted to draw it, and I had talked myself out of it several times. I had made a whole Pinterest board just on bats because I thought they were so neat looking, so unique and cute. So I had made a whole board about all these neat pictures that I could draw of bats, and I just never did it. So this was one of my turning points of, you know what, just put it on a piece of paper and something will happen. It'll turn out or it won't, but you've got to practice, and guess what? It turned out really good. I want to work on the color blocking that I'm doing. I feel like this doesn't quite complement the picture as well as it could, so I'm still working on that, but other than that, I think it looks really neat. Oh, this is another one. So I really loved this page because the rainbow swatching all the way around, the light sketch, and then the final product. It kind of just turned out really neat. These are Pokemon, and then I decided to do a mashup. I just thought like the fluff of Mareep was kind of complementary to the smoke that comes out of coughing, and I thought it'd be really funny if he was just kind of this little poisonous demon looking sheep. So that one was really cute to me, and I executed it very well in my opinion. I was doing some really great color shading, which I was proud of as well. So instead of just being like a dark yellow, it was actually orange shaded on there. I shaded with blue on the purple, etc. So this was another really great learning tool for me to work with color, as well as pre-sketching and planning before I got somewhere. More memories. Oh, so this was another one. I love the show Hilda, and I really wanted to draw her because I think she's adorable and happy and fun. And I really love her friend David, who always has the bug on him, and of course Frida with all of her fun intelligence and sassiness. I relate to all of them on some sort of level, so I thought they'd be super cute to do. The watercolor execution wasn't that great because I didn't pre-plan where their names were going to be with the watercolor, but other than that, I mean, I really liked the highlighting of them and thought that was really cute. I also really liked David's catchphrase, Cradle Sticks. So I put this, it's actually cork that's adhesive, and I put it on top of there, and then yeah, tried a couple different materials to make it work. It was fun. This was that practice beforehand. Oh, and Hey Hey the chicken if you watch Moana. Some gesture drawings. More gesture drawings. This was another one I was very excited about. She was a reference picture I found on Pinterest, and I loved her rose-colored glasses and just her tranquil calmness with the pink. This is Brendan Urie. I darkened him more because I was more confident with the way that was coming out, but these were some ballerinas. I loved their dynamic poses. Not that great. I'll probably redraw them in another time, and again, working on the color blocking. This was another one I was very proud of. I loved the colors, and I loved the contrast between the dark background and the dark greens and the light greens. I really wanted to work more on plant life at the time. I had drawn a succulent before that was in marker. Since I had tried it in markers, I wanted to try it in a different medium to maybe blend the colors a little bit better or have them contrast a little better. So this one was with colored pencils, and I actually love the way it turned out. Did a lot of lip studies over here, little nose studies. I did get a lot better after doing a few of those. I was filling in the extra space with a mermaid since it was almost mermaid. Other than the color, this page doesn't particularly like watercolor. I mean, the sketchbook doesn't really like watercolor. It tends to warp. But this was another referenced picture from Pinterest, and I really loved that she had one light coming this way and one light coming this way. I tried to emulate that with the watercolor, but I didn't mix this color properly, and it kind of just looks a little funny since it's, you know, very drastic. I think if I would have faded it in the middle better, it would have worked out a lot better, but I was trying to preserve the graphite so it didn't smear. But yeah, and that's what I ended up with. This was one that I thought was very funny because I had done a random word generator and it gave me trashy and expensive, but I kind of just went with trashy because when I saw this picture, I just died. Very trashy young lady out in the woods smoking a cigarette. She's got a hatchet going on, or an axe, I guess, and she had this baby pink bra and, like, you know, the pants falling down. Like, I don't know, it just 100% read trashy to me, and it was so funny. So when I was about to do Mermaid, I did a lot of pre-planning for my first one. It was around the character Kirky, I believe you say it, in Greek mythology. So I was trying out some pigs, I was trying out some hairstyles, thumbnails, and I had doodled these at work and on paper, so I pasted those in, working on hair and the laughing expression. I eventually just went with this kind of thing where she was leaning on the pig, and this is for censoring purposes, but I tried a couple different things and they just weren't working out until I finally settled on this one. But I mean, this is 4 pages of planning that, you know, previous drawing me would have never done, and so that was a great turning point for me. This was another mermaid and manatee page. Just was trying to draw the little fatty. He was so cute in little different positions because I wanted to get ready for this lady over here. This one was based on Hera for Greek mythology. She is the goddess of birth and marriage. So I thought of some curvy lady because of course that's kind of how I am, and I wanted her to be sassy and loving her body, and then Hera's mascot, if you will, is also a cow, so I thought of sea cow and of course the manatee. So I wanted to make her sassy and curvy and lovely and chunky, and I love it. So this is for censoring purposes again. This was another color shading thing that I did with my colored pencils, and I was mostly proud of it. I feel like it needs more highlights, but other than that, I think it looks great. These little babies here, I kind of was just watching a YouTube video and started going. Found a word generator, started with the letter F from fish, and I got frog, and I think after that I started with the letter S for some reason. Oh no, ended with the letter G from frog, and I got sting, so I don't know, I thought of this bee and then like queen bee and she's stinging, and I don't know. And then this was the Casey the golden ant, previous to doing the watercolor, and a nice big horse skull for funsies because Emily Artful does them. And then Dina Norland was doing a tiny house sketch with me, draw with me video, and I wanted to do that, so I started that, and I thought about continuing that once I decided to film for YouTube. And since I got this one started, I think I'll probably make that video next, and we can continue making these together. So as you can see, I've done quite a bit in my sketchbook. I've gotten a lot more confident as an artist, trying new things, and really wanting to move forward with art and seeing if I can make a career out of it. So that being said, I want to move into my bigger sketchbook. I'll just show that to you. Okay. So a lot of the artists on YouTube want to draw in the Elio sketchbook. That's on Amazon, and I was looking up the size, and I think it's like this big. I thought this would be a little bit better. So I found this one at Hobby Lobby. It seems to have about the same heavyweight paper. It does say light watercolor, which is something I was interested in, something that could handle a little bit of watercolor, as you can see from my other sketchbook. This one, again, $11.99, but it was on sale, 50% off, so can't argue with that, Hobby Lobby. And another thing I really liked about this is that you could lay it flat, like the Elio sketchbook, so you could kind of get in the crevices, make a full spread if you wanted to. It has very, heavy paper, and then it has a thing to keep it closed, just like my other one, which I love. It has a little thing here for a pencil, should I want to just keep a pencil with me. And then it also has the bookmark ribbon, which is what I also appreciate about my other one. So this has everything my other one has, but it's hardcover and heavyweight paper, and it's bigger, so I'm not confined to a small space, and I can spread out if I need to and make a larger drawing. So this one is just an upgrade, and I'm ready for it. Okay, so since this is my first video, I feel like I just bored you to death with my monotone voice. So I'm going to try to be a little more real here. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it a whole bunch. I'm trying to be an artist, and I'm trying to do more and create more and draw more. What else can I say? So anyway, if you want to see more of my drawings or see what else I can create, then go ahead and like and subscribe and hang out with me next time. Thanks so much. Again, my name's Autumn. I'll see you next time.